Today we're going to talk about something that many people experience, but few ever really stop to question. After drinking water, some people are constantly running to the bathroom, while others can go hours, even half a day, without needing to relieve themselves. Which one is healthier? Who has better kidney function? I've had the chance to observe this firsthand with two of my longtime neighbors here in our little community just outside of Eugene. Meet 68-year-old Mr. Bob Anderson and 72-year-old Mr. Charles Miller. They live just a few houses apart, and although they're close in age, their habits and health routines couldn't be more different. Two very different seniors, Bob and Charles. Bob Anderson is a retired school principal who stayed impressively active well into his retirement. He takes daily walks in the local park, enjoys weekly chess games at the community center, and regularly catches up with his coffee group at the diner. Bob has one very distinctive quirk. He loves to drink water. Really loves it. He carries a reusable water bottle with him wherever he goes, and he's constantly sipping from it. As a result, Bob is always on his way to the restroom. We sometimes joke that he knows the location of every public restroom within a 20-mile radius. As he puts it, "My kidneys are like express lanes at the grocery store. Water goes in and boom, it's out. No delay." Then there's Charles Miller. Now, Charles is more of a homebody. He's a retired accountant who spends much of his time indoors, reading books, flipping through newspapers, and watching documentaries on public television. Charles doesn't drink much water. Not that he refuses it, he just doesn't really think about it. He might have a cup with his meals and maybe a cup of coffee in the morning, but that's about it. Even when he does drink water, he can go several hours, sometimes an entire morning, without needing to use the restroom. We often tease him by saying, "You could win gold in a bladder-holding Olympics." He just laughs and says, "Guess I'm built for efficiency." But that got me thinking, between Bob and Charles, who's actually healthier? Which pattern reflects better kidney function? Let's dig into the medical science behind it. The intricate process of urine production. Most people don't realize just how complex urination is. It seems so simple. You drink water, you pee it out, right? But your body has to go through a surprisingly detailed process for that to happen. First off, water is absolutely essential to life. Around 60 to 70% of the human body is made up of water. It helps regulate our body temperature, lubricates joints, delivers nutrients, removes waste, and more. The water we drink gets absorbed through our digestive system and enters the bloodstream. From there, it travels to our kidneys, which act as sophisticated filters. Your kidneys are located on either side of your spine, just below your rib cage, and together, they filter around 50 gallons of blood per day. That's over 180 liters. However, they only produce about 1.5 liters of urine. That means less than 1% of what's filtered actually leaves your body as urine. Here's a breakdown of how that process works. 1. Filtration. Blood flows through tiny structures in the kidneys called nephrons. In each nephron is a part called the glomerulus, which acts like a sieve, filtering out water, glucose, urea, a waste product, and electrolytes. 2. Reabsorption. Not everything that's filtered out is waste. The kidneys reabsorb useful substances like glucose, amino acids, and most of the water back into the bloodstream. 3. Secretion. At the same time, waste products, toxins, and certain medications are secreted into the forming urine. The final product, urine, is a carefully composed cocktail of water, salts, and metabolic waste. So when you urinate, you're not just getting rid of excess water. You're also clearing out toxins, balancing your body's salt and pH levels, and keeping your internal environment stable. What affects how often you pee? Back to our question, why do some people pee more often than others, and what does it mean? Urine output can vary based on a wide variety of factors. 1. How much you drink. This is the most obvious one. The more fluids you take in, especially water, the more you'll have to urinate. Bob's frequent trips to the bathroom make sense. He drinks a lot. 2. Weather and activity. In hot weather or during exercise, you sweat more, which reduces the amount of water left over to be excreted as urine. In colder weather, when you sweat less, you might pee more. 3. What you eat. Foods like watermelon, celery, cucumbers, and asparagus are natural diuretics. Conversely, a salty meal can make your body retain water and reduce urine output. For mental state, anxiety and stress can trigger frequent urination through the sympathetic nervous system. Some people, when nervous, might feel an urgent need to pee even if their bladder isn't full. 5. Medications, diuretics, like those for high blood pressure, increase urine output, while some antihistamines or painkillers may reduce it. 6. Medical conditions, diabetes, for example, often causes frequent urination because the body tries to flush out excess glucose. On the flip side, issues like urinary blockages, kidney disease, or prostate problems can cause reduced or difficult urination. So, is Bob's frequent urination a good thing? In Bob's case, his frequent urination likely means his kidneys are doing their job efficiently. He's well hydrated, his bladder is responsive, and his system is operating like a well-oiled machine. If he's not experiencing pain, urgency, or other uncomfortable symptoms, there's nothing to worry about. In fact, it could be a sign of a robust metabolic system. His body gets rid of waste quickly and doesn't store up excess fluids. For people like Bob, their kidneys filter efficiently, and the bladder is sensitive to small volume changes. Basically, everything's working as it should. But what if someone drinks just a little bit of water and ends up rushing to the bathroom 10 times an hour? That could be something else entirely. Frequent urination with small amounts of output, especially if accompanied by burning, discomfort, cloudy or foamy urine, might signal a urinary tract infection, overactive bladder, or even early signs of diabetes. And what about Charles? Is his rare urination a red flag? At first glance, Charles's ability to hold it might seem like a superpower. But in medicine, less is not always more. His long bathroom gaps could be due to a few different things. A low water intake, the most likely cause. If you don't drink enough, your kidneys conserve water and urine becomes concentrated, darker, smellier, and potentially harmful over time. Bladder overextension. Holding urine too long can stretch the bladder, weaken the muscles, and make it harder to completely empty it later. This can lead to infections. Obstructions, conditions like benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, or urinary stones can block flow and reduce urination. Decreased kidney function. In early stages of chronic kidney disease, urine output can decrease before more serious symptoms appear. If you drink a decent amount of water but still don't feel the need to urinate for many hours, or if your lower belly feels bloated or uncomfortable, your body might be trying to tell you something important. How can you tell if your kidneys are healthy? You might be wondering now, how can I know if my kidneys are okay? Fortunately, there are a few simple, at-home ways to keep an eye on your urinary health. 1. Look at your urine. Healthy urine is light yellow and clear. If it looks like dark amber or has a strong odor, you might be dehydrated or worse. 2. Check for foam. A little foam is okay, but if your urine looks like the head on a beer and doesn't go away quickly, it might be protein in your urine, a potential sign of kidney issues. 3. Notice frequency. If you urinate less than 3 times a day or more than 10 times a day without explanation, it could indicate an issue. 4. Watch for swelling. Puffy eyes, swollen ankles, or tight rings could suggest fluid retention, a sign of kidney trouble. 5. Get regular checkups, especially if you have risk factors like high blood pressure, diabetes, or a family history of kidney disease. Underscore 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 underscore. In conclusion, who's healthier, Bob or Charles? Based on what we've covered, I'd say Bob's pattern of drinking water and peeing regularly is closer to what we like to see in healthy kidneys. Charles, while he may not be in immediate danger, might benefit from upping his water intake and making sure he's not ignoring subtle warning signs. At the end of the day, peeing is more than just a biological necessity. It's a vital sign, a way your body speaks to you. So whether you're a Bob or a Charles, Pay attention to those signals and don't be shy about talking to your doctor if something seems off. Remember, listen to your body, especially when it speaks through the bathroom door.